Hi lovelies! Welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm here with a super exciting perfume haul, you guys. Oh my goodness, do I have the goodies for you. You guys are going to really love the perfumes that I bought this time. You're gonna want to hear about these. I bought some Royal Crown fragrances, you guys. Yes, I did. I did some damage. I also have some Chanel. I have Thierry Mugler. I have Tiziana Terenzi. I have Guerlain. So if you guys want to see what I bought and my thoughts on them, just keep watching. So you guys, these are all fragrances that I purchased with my own coin, you guys. No one sent these fragrances to me. So I have two Royal Crown fragrances here. So I don't know which one I want to share with you first, you guys. I'm so excited about both of them. But I think I'm going to start with this one right here, this gorgeous beauty right here. So this one, as you can see, is Alchemia by Royal Crown. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh. What a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful rose fragrance, you guys. So I actually opened this once. So it comes with the seal right there. So when it came, I actually opened the seal. This is the box, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at that box. This is like all kind of like leather feeling material. I think it's like leather or something like that. It's a little cushioned, you know, very expensive feeling. So it says Royal Crown here and it says Alchemia right here. So and then it says made in Italy on the back. Wait till you see this, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so luxe. Look at that gorgeousness in there. Oh my goodness, look at how luxurious that looks in this beautiful satin. Actually, this is, yeah, it's like a, it's actually a almost like a leather type material in here. Actually, I think it's leather. Yeah, it's gorgeous, you guys. I mean, look at that. It says RC right there, and here she is. This is a big bottle, you guys. Look at that. And these are all Swarovski crystals. It's adorned, the cap is adorned with Swarovski crystals, and this has like Fleur de France on here on the cap. Look at that jewel. Wow, it looks royal, you guys. It looks very super luxe, super expensive. So it says Alchemia down the front right there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Whew. I love this fragrance. I've already tested it. When it came, I, opened the package. I tested it out. Woo, you guys, this is the most beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Gorgeous rose fragrance ever. And no, I'm not spraying Royal Crown fragrances on blotter cards, you guys. These puppies are like $700. You know what I'm saying? Not happening. But I got it at a discount. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is such a beautiful, beautiful, very feminine, I would say. Very feminine, very beautiful, gorgeous rose fragrance. This actually reminds me a little bit of another fragrance with Taif rose in it. I cannot put my finger on it. This has Taif rose in it on the top and the bottom, you guys. Oh my gosh. Taif rose makes fragrances smell like a Middle Eastern princess, you guys. It smells very oriental, Taif rose. It's very different from the other rose that you know, like Bulgarian, Turkish rose, all different, May rose, all that. This Taif rose is very like oriental. It gives you oriental vibes, It's beautiful. It's very, very like ethereal, very ethereal. So you guys, this is obviously a rose dominant fragrance. It's a very rose, floral, white floral, honey, oud, ambery, and slightly powdery fragrance. So like I said, you guys, this one has Taif rose on the top and on the bottom. Oh, so 2 doses of Taif rose. So it's very, very, very rosy, very ethereal rosy fragrance that smells a little bit kind of oriental because of the Taif rose. This also has in the top Lily of the Valley, which is another gorgeous ethereal white floral that I love. And then it has peach blossom and carnations. Oh, it's like a floral bouquet when you first spray it. It's very ethereal. You like kind of think of Greek goddesses kind of, and or like a Middle Eastern princess when you spray this fragrance. So in the middle, you guys, this has another dose of Taif rose, like I said, but it also has Bulgarian rose. But the Taif rose really shines in this fragrance. Taif rose is what you really smell. You can smell the Bulgarian rose sort of in the background, and Bulgarian rose is really amazing too. I mean, it's like the most expensive rose oil. It's actually Bulgarian rose absolute you get in the middle of this fragrance with Taif rose, and then you get jasmine absolute and a little bit of honey. So in the base you get Burmese oud, you guys. That's oud from Burma, one of the most expensive oud ever. And then you get sandalwood from Mysore, you guys. So Mysorean sandalwood. And then you get gray amber and myrrh. Oh my goodness, myrrh, you guys know I'm in love with myrrh. I mean, it's gorgeous. I gotta say though, in this fragrance, I don't really pick up the myrrh as much. It's very well blended. And on the dry down, you get that sort of sensualness, sensual feeling from the sandalwood. Yeah, you smell the sandalwood on the dry down. And yeah, the myrrh, you can tell it's there sort of in the dry down. But it's not like you can pick it out, you know, the myrrh in the dry down. This fragrance is so well blended, you guys. It is so well blended. It's hard to pick apart fragrance notes, but you can definitely tell it's Taif rose that's in this fragrance. That you can smell. Oh, I love that sensual feeling of the sandalwood in the base. Oh, you can smell the oud. The oud that's in here, you guys, like I said, it's Burmese oud. It's obviously very high quality oud. It's not your barnyard oud. It doesn't smell like that, you know. It's a very clean, crisp oud that's in this fragrance. Again, the oud is so well blended that you don't actually smell the oud that much, you know. So you smell that Taif rose the most, like the overall scent is blended so well into that Taif rose. And the Bulgarian rose, you guys, the rose really shines in this fragrance. This is so ethereal. It is so stunning, and it is a fragrance that lasts for a very long time. It lasted on my skin for hours and hours and hours, and on my clothes it was there until I washed them. I haven't smelled them after washing, but I'm sure it's still there faintly. This is a long-lasting fragrance, though it's a very ethereal rose kind of scent. Gorgeous. I mean, look at this cap, you guys. I mean, just to display this in your fragrance collection, what a treasure, what a treat. You can buy these Royal Crown fragrances on fragrancebuy.ca. They ship to US and to Canada both, as you guys know. Don't spend your hard-earned money, $700 on these fragrances, you guys. It's like half the price on fragrancebuy.ca. Get it from there, you guys. Don't spend any more than you have to. They have deep discounts on the Royal Crown brand, so don't waste your money. You know, make sure you get at least half off. I really got these for really good prices on fragrancebuy.ca, you guys, like less than half the price or half the price, I cannot remember. I will list and link all of these fragrances down in the description box, you guys, so you can get your hands on it. So yeah, this is Royal Crown Alchemia. So next I have another Royal Crown treasure. Oh my God, you guys, this one looks so beautiful. The bottle, whew, the girl inside of me was like, yes, you know, it just looks so beautiful. I cannot wait to display these Royal Crown fragrances on my gorgeous fragrance display. Oh my goodness, you guys, they're really going to light up my entire luxury fragrance section. Ooh. So now this one is Isabella. Ah, she's beautiful. Let me show you. I took the seal off and put it right here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at her. Oh my goodness. Isn't she stunning? She's this gorgeous like lavender pink bottle. Oh, and it's a soft touch, by the way, the bottle. Oh, so good. And it's the same like leather setting that she was lying in. This is Isabella, you guys. It's the same Swarovski crystal cap. That's so stunning. These bottles are very hefty, by the way. They're very substantial. They remind me of the Christian Louboutin bottles, but even bigger and heavier. Oh, you guys, I'm going to spray her on this arm because we're not going to waste Royal Crown fragrances on this channel. Okay, so... oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is, again, so feminine. So feminine, so beautiful. Like a drop-dead gorgeous woman would wear this fragrance, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, wowie. So you guys, this one opens with gorgeous orange blossom. You can smell the orange blossom in the opening. There's Bulgarian rose right off the bat, right in the opening. That's so beautiful. I would say the orange blossom really shines. I'll tell you why. Because there's neroli in here as well. So orange blossom and neroli are both like citrus flowers, you know. So you get that sort of citrusy floralness, you know, with both of them. So neroli kind of helps orange blossom shine over the Bulgarian rose, but the Bulgarian rose is in there just making it even more pretty. This is kind of giving me, actually in the opening, it's giving me Oriana vibes from Parfums Sturmhali. But I gotta tell you, this is even prettier than Oriana. I'm saying just in the opening. So let it dry down. Let's see what it's like on the dry down. And I actually tested this whole day, but I want to just see it with you guys too. So in the middle, you guys, there are such gorgeous florals, even more beautiful florals if that's possible. There is Tuberose Absolute, which is to die for, you guys. And then there is Iris Florentina, Florentinian Iris, adding a slight powdery touch. It's just so beautiful. And there is Ylang Ylang, you guys. Oh my goodness, Ylang Ylang is so beautiful. It's like the most beautiful yellow floral ever. And of course, you know, I would say Frangipani is even more beautiful, but Ylang Ylang is so beautiful. It adds that gorgeous like yellow floral touch to it. You can smell the tuberose, you know, in the middle. So you guys, in the base you get sandalwood from Mysore, which is one of the highest quality sandalwood ever. It's really sensual on the dry down because of the sandalwood. And then you get Madagascar vanilla from Madagascar. You can smell the vanilla in the dry down, so beautiful. And then you get amber and a little spicy touch with cinnamon in the base, so beautiful. This fragrance, I would say, is through and through feminine, very feminine. Both of these fragrances, Alchemia and Isabella, super feminine fragrances. I don't see a guy wearing these fragrances, you guys. No, I don't recommend this for a guy whatsoever. It's ultra feminine, unapologetically feminine fragrances. This one and Alchemia, so stunning. This fragrance is actually very vanilla heavy, you guys. Like you can really smell the vanilla. It's so beautiful because of that. It adds that sort of like very soft gourmand touch, kind of like Oriana. You know how Oriana has that soft gourmand touch from the chantilly cream in the vanilla? That same way this has that very soft, sort of soft gourmand touch with that huge massive dose of Madagascar vanilla in the base. You know what, you guys? There is something boozy about this fragrance too. I smell something kind of boozy. I feel like there is some kind of booze note in here. It could be like a sweet booze note, like it could be rum. Yeah, I can smell a slight booziness in here, especially like on the dry down. And I'm thinking maybe it's in the middle, but I can smell it in the dry down a little bit more. So there's, of course, this has got white florals. You can smell the tuberose and the white florals in this fragrance. It's a little bit woody from the sandalwood. And I feel like maybe there's another woody note too, but mainly sandalwood is what I'm getting. It's a little rosy from the Bulgarian rose note in the opening. And it's slightly warm, spicy from that cinnamon, of course. It's so, so stunning, you guys. Love this so much. I am so glad that I grabbed this. So you guys, I bought this during the fragrance buy sale. So on top of their already amazing over 50% discount, I got another 10% discount on top of it. So I got it for an amazing price. You don't have to throw away your money to buy fragrances like this, you guys. Don't just buy them from, you know, retailers or any discounts less than 40-50% off. This is Royal Crown Isabella. So you guys, next I have a treat also from Chanel, you guys. Oh my goodness. I am usually not the biggest fan of all of the Chanel fragrances, but boy, do they have some gems. And this is one of them. And I actually was initially a little scared to even try this fragrance because of the color of the fragrance, because I knew that meant that, you know, the juice color was green, and I knew that meant that it had green notes in it and everything. So I was a little bit like scared. I shouldn't be. Now, green notes, you guys, are like leather. Everybody's scared when they see leather note or leather coating fragrances, but leather can make fragrances so sophisticated, so expensive smelling, so luxurious, you guys. Now, green notes can make fragrances smell so exotic, so beautiful. Example would be the Ralph Lauren Safari, my signature scent from years ago. Beautiful exotic fragrance, and there are some really nice green notes in it that make it smell so exotic. So yeah, don't judge green notes like that, you guys. They can make fragrances smell so amazing, but obviously it depends on the composition. Now, if you just throw in some green notes with nothing that great, it's not going to smell good. But green notes, don't be afraid of green notes, you guys. That's what I'm trying to say. And this fragrance has some gorgeous green notes. Now, this one is Chanel. I actually bought it from the Chanel website. By the way, is this the new Paper Camellia they were talking about? What happened, Chanel? You jacked up your prices like so high, but now you can't even give us a cloth camellia? Come on. You're cutting cost now after increasing prices so much? You know what, you guys? I was going to buy a couple of other Chanel bags, but you know what? I decided against that because Chanel's just going too far. It's increasing the prices to almost like Birkin bag prices without really retaining the quality and actually doing some extra stuff for the customers, I feel. I just feel like they're just increasing prices with no base, you know, like without any proper reasons. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So it came in this beautiful packaging as always, and then it came with a pouch, and this pouch has, it says Chanel right there, and it has some samples for me. So this one has Chanel number 5 Eau de Parfum, which we all know what that is, and this is Chanel number 5 Lieu. Now this one I've heard really good things about as well. I wouldn't do a full review. I will wait and do like a Chanel fragrance review one day, and I will include them in it. Now this is Chanel number 19, you guys. Did I tell you? I've been just rambling without telling you the fragrance name. This is Chanel number 19. Again, don't be afraid of green notes, you guys. Now look at this gorgeousness. So as you can see, it looks very green. The juice is very green, but my goodness, you guys, this smells divine to me. I mean, very exotic is the word that came to my mind. Now, you guys, when I tell you the notes and accords of this fragrance, you guys are gonna be like, what is she talking about? Those sound scary. That's what you're gonna think, and I know that's what you're gonna think because that's what I thought too. This one has some notes and accords that most of us are most of the time afraid of. We're either afraid of them or intimidated by them or assume they're masculine notes, or we just, you know, haven't smelled the right kind of fragrances with the right composition with them in it. I don't know, for whatever reason it is. These are usually fragrance notes that kind of women mainly don't really like to see in their fragrances. But you guys, this one is so stunning. I'm gonna spray it right here. Oh, you guys, again, you know what I tell you though, it's a particular kind of scent. It's I wouldn't say it's going to be mass appealing, so don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm trying to say. And this has that Chanel vintage vibes, yes, but this is so unique and edgy that I don't care. Some of the Chanel fragrances, that vintage vibe can be a little bit too vintage, you know, without maybe edge. So the top accord in this fragrance, as you can tell by the juice color, is green, you guys. Yes, there are green notes in this fragrance, but don't be afraid of it. And there are some other, you know, notes that people don't always think as feminine notes, like mossiness. There's like a slight bit of mossiness in this fragrance. It's earthy, but there's something so beautiful and powdery about this fragrance too. Floral about this fragrance too. It's a very aromatic fragrance, you guys, and it's very powdery and iris kind of powdery. So there's like a massive iris accord in here. And that's where that femininity comes from, you guys. Even though you are thinking, oh, moss, earthy, green, those sound like masculine notes. No, they're not. It depends on the composition. This has beautiful like iris, very soft, powdery, floral notes, which makes it very feminine. And that greenness and the mossy, the earthy really add like sort of a dimension to it and like edginess to this fragrance. If you like powdery fragrances, if you like iris in fragrances, you're gonna love this. There's something very soft and powdery and gorgeous about this fragrance too. It's got some white florals and it's got rose. So yeah, it's got some gorgeous floral feminine notes as well. There's a slight hint of citrus as well. So you guys, it opens like right off the bat, like I said, with green notes. There's neroli, which is a citrus flower, and there's bergamot, so it's very green and fresh right off the bat. But then that top gives right away into these gorgeous, beautiful feminine floral notes like iris, there is lily of the valley, rose, ylang ylang. I mean, there's narcissus too in here. Beautiful floral middle, you guys. Beautiful, very feminine, like floral middle. And you guys, this fragrance, guess what this has? Which no wonder this smells expensive and sophisticated. It has leather in the base, you guys. It has leather. There's moss. There is sandalwood in the base, giving it this sensual touch and a slight bit of earthiness from vetiver. So beautiful. I love it, you guys. Don't be afraid of the green notes in the opening or the moss note in the base or the vetiver. You guys know vetiver is in a lot of feminine fragrances. Gives it a slight earthiness in a very beautiful way. There's leather making the smell very sophisticated, expensive, luxurious, you know. This is why I love the note of leather. I used to really be afraid of leather. You know, like I said in my leather fragrances video, I will link it up here for you guys and down in the description box. If I had this fragrance when I filmed that video, this would have been in that video. Count this as one of them. I wouldn't say the leather accord is very prominent in this, but it's there, giving it that sophistication, you know. So yeah, this was sold out everywhere and I bought it directly from the Chanel website. I've always wanted to get this fragrance because it sounded very edgy and I had heard so many good things about it. Yeah, this is Chanel number 19, you guys. Perfect gift for the holidays for your loved ones. So you guys, I have another sophisticated, classy, classic fragrance from Chanel. This one is Chanel Coco. So I was not sure if I should get a full bottle, so I got this small size, but now I'm thinking I want the big bottle, you know. I actually didn't think I would like this as much as I do. So let me take it out. You guys know I love Chanel Coco Noir. And I wanted to try Chanel Coco as well. Here's the bottle. I got the smaller size. So yeah, this one is amazing too, you guys. Let me spray it here. This has that vintage vibes of Chanel, but very sophisticated though. This one is a little bit more vintage smelling than like Coco Noir or Chanel number 19. This one is a little bit more vintage, but I don't mind it just because the composition is very beautiful. This is very, very feminine, very beautiful. It smells like a classy woman from the 50s or 60s, you guys. Really beautiful. Very, very sort of elegant fragrance that it should be worn for a very kind of elegant occasion, very kind of, you know, classy occasion. Yeah, this I would say very much vintage, classic fragrance. This is like the classic Chanel. This one is a very like ambery kind of warm fragrance, you guys. Like it's very ambery, like warm, spicy. It's a bit sweet, it's powdery, it's woody. There's definitely that vintage powderiness that you get in Chanel fragrances. It's got a big dose of vanilla. There are white florals, there's rose, there are other florals in this fragrance. And it's a bit animalic as well. The fragrance composition is quite complex of this fragrance. So it opens with rose and jasmine. There's peach for that fruity, juicy touch. There's mandarin orange, and there's a little bit of coriander, adding that sort of soft, spicy vibes in the opening. But there are warm spices too. I'll get to that in a minute. This is some beautiful floral notes, you guys. There is rose, there's orange blossom, there's mimosa, there's clover, which I don't think I have any fragrance with clover as a floral note. And then there's clove in the middle, giving it a very kind of warm, spicy vibe, warm, spicy touch. Very, very warm fragrance, especially with the amber in the base. So in the base, you get a big, massive dose of amber, you guys. There is sandalwood with that very sensual touch, which a lot of Chanel's tend to have. There's Opoponax. I've talked about that fragrance note before. It's a kind of a resinous balsamic fragrance note, so this fragrance is kind of balsamic from that. And then there is vanilla and tonka bean in the base, you guys, so you get double dose of vanilla. You know, it's a very big vanilla accord that's in here. There's civet, giving it that animalic kind of touch. There's labdanum, which smells kind of like leather, which adds that, again, classy, sophisticated touch to this fragrance. This is a very beautiful, very classically sophisticated fragrance. It's very, very Chanel. You know, this is as Chanel as it gets. I usually don't care for the, you know, super vintage smelling Chanel fragrances, but this one for some reason has a very gorgeous, like feminine sophistication about it, which I love. You know, I love the amber that's in this fragrance, the warmness, you know, the vanilla, really all adds up to a gorgeous, very feminine, very classy fragrance that you should wear to very elegant, classy sort of functions. Yeah, this is Chanel Coco. So you guys, I got another gorgeous Xerjoff that I wanted to add to my collection. This is one that created quite a bit of buzz on YouTube. This is something that has been getting really good reviews. This is a Xerjoff Overture, you guys. Oh my goodness, this one. Look at this packaging, by the way. Isn't that stunning? Wow. Look at that bottle. This is a soft touch velvet kind of bottle. It's a velvet bottle. It's like gray velvet. It's like kind of gunmetal gray kind of bottle. Beautiful, beautiful packaging, a bottle. I love it. This, you guys, I don't have to spray these fragrances, so I didn't even bother bringing down blotter cards. I can smell this just fine. This one is beautiful. I really like this fragrance. This is a very woody, ambery, warm, spicy kind of fragrance, you guys. There's some green notes in here. There's a good dose of vanilla. There's some citrus hints to this. It's powdery. It's quite balsamic, I would say. This opens with fig leaf, mandarin orange, and magnolia. Now, I know what mandarin orange and magnolia do to fragrances. Magnolia is one of the most stunning white florals ever. And then mandarin orange adds that juicy, like, citrus touch. Unlike bergamot, mandarin orange is a little bit sweeter, you know. I really like, actually, mandarin orange in the opening. The greenness in this fragrance comes from the fig leaf in the opening. I do like green notes in the opening of fragrances, like I mentioned for the Chanel number 19, you guys, that they can really add another dimension to fragrances. And in the middle of this fragrance, you get Indian jasmine, you guys, which is really one of the best beautiful jasmines ever. There's Bulgarian rose, again, one of the most expensive rose oils. And there's ylang ylang, and there's a hint of warm spiciness with cinnamon in the middle. So you guys, in the base of this fragrance, you get a big dose of vanilla. There's a big dose of amber. You can smell the amber. There's incense in here, which adds that gorgeous sort of oriental touch to this fragrance. There's sandalwood in this fragrance, adding a sensual touch, and there's cashmere wood. It actually smells a little bit more gourmand than what the notes are revealing. So my guess, you guys, is that there is some other gourmand note or gourmand notes in this fragrance. I feel like I smell something boozy in this fragrance, you guys. I really do. And I know there's patchouli in this fragrance. I feel like there's patchouli in this fragrance. There is some kind of boozy note, I feel like, also. And there is another gourmand note. I'm not sure what the gourmand note is. Yeah, it smells, I mean, I know amber kind of has a gourmand hint to it, but it's a little bit more gourmand than that. I can't put my finger on it, you guys. Yeah, this is beautiful. I'm glad I finally added it to my collection. This is Xerjoff Overture. So you guys, I have a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance next. This one I've wanted to add to my fragrance collection. I got a hold of it during the Fragrance Buy massive sale. I got it for a super amazing price, you guys. This one is Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Florentino. Oh my goodness, let me show you. So it comes with these little booklets, and here is the fragrance right here. There she is. This one, you guys, I featured this in my leather fragrance video. I will link it up here and down in the description box. This one is a leather dominant fragrance, but again, don't fear, don't be afraid of the accord leather, you guys. It's not like it smells like leather, you know, it's not what it is. This actually has a very much of a Baccarat Rouge type of vibe, you know, with that sort of like, you know how Baccarat Rouge has that ambery, like burnt sugar. I don't like that burnt sugar analogy actually, but you know, like that slight sweetness from the amber that Baccarat Rouge has. That's kind of like what this is like. This on the dry down gives me like Baccarat Rouge 540 vibes, you guys, like Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540 vibes. Yeah, this has a very prominent leather accord that's giving this fragrance this like sophistication, this expansive smell. So like I said, you guys, leather is the top accord, so it's leather, it's woody, it's warm, spicy, it's animalic, it's ambery, it's a little bit smoky. I will tell you what it's from. It's a little white florally, it's got a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of mossiness, you know, moss. So this opens with saffron, orange, lily, and jasmine. Beautiful opening. Again, you get that Baccarat Rouge vibe right off the bat. I think this fragrance gets that Baccarat Rouge vibe from two fragrance notes in this fragrance, you guys. It's saffron and ambergris. Baccarat Rouge also has ambergris and saffron, so I think that's where the sort of Baccarat Rouge vibes come from. So in the middle of this fragrance, there's a big dose of ambergris, just like, you know, there's ambergris in Baccarat Rouge. And then you get some gorgeous florals in the middle, white and yellow florals. There's ylang ylang, magnolia, and lily of the valley. Gorgeous florals. And in the base, you get a bunch of exotic woody notes, you guys. Oh my goodness, there's like, you know, birch, there's sandalwood. There are other precious woods in this fragrance. There's actually that leather, the massive dose of leather in the base. And then this also has oak moss, you know, adding that earthy touch, and musk adding that edginess. Yeah, this is a very sophisticated, expensive smelling fragrance. Smells luxurious. It smells a little bit like, has that Baccarat Rouge vibes, but only with leather, which adds even a more of a luxurious, expensive touch to this fragrance. This is Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Florentino. Next, I have another fragrance that caught my eye several times, and I thought about buying it. I just didn't pull the trigger, and the box it comes in is just quite something. it reflects the name of the perfume. This is Thierry Mugler Miroir de Majesté. Wait till you see the box of this fragrance. It really is something. It is mirrored, you guys, to really reflect the name of this fragrance. You get it? Reflect. Yeah, so I'm cheesy like that, you guys. Yeah, anyway, this is like total, like a mirrored box. It's all mirror all around it, everywhere, which is quite interesting, I thought. Anyway, this is what the bottle looks like. The packaging looks pretty luxe with the mirrored box and everything. So this is what the bottle looks like, which I think looks pretty nice, pretty slick. So yeah, this is the front or back side of it. Yeah, so let me take a whiff. Actually, I don't need to spray this one either. I've already tried this one. Yeah, this has got that Mugler DNA, you guys, you know, same kind of DNA you get in the Alien and Alien Essence Absolue. This is really beautiful, you guys. This is a white floral, ambery, slightly oody. There's oud in this fragrance. Leather, by the way, there's leather in this fragrance, which makes it smell kind of, you know, expensive, more expensive than it actually is. This is not a very expensive fragrance. It is very aromatic fragrance. It's also a little animalic, and then it's a little powdery and slightly musky. It's a beautiful fragrance, you guys. I like that I bought this. You know, if you are a fan of Thierry Mugler's Alien or Alien Essence Absolue, this one smells different from them, but this has that DNA. I like the oud that's in here. That's pretty nice. Makes it smell kind of oriental. It's a little spicy. It comes from the cardamom and the coriander in the opening, you guys. And then in the middle you get orange blossom, jasmine. So all white floral with leather, you guys, which is very, very luxe, very, you know, sophisticated kind of scent you get when you mix leather with florals like that. And in the base, of course, you get a massive dose of amber, and there's oud in this fragrance. The fact that this has white florals with leather, that's what's really beautiful about this fragrance. And that oud really adds that sort of oriental touch to this fragrance. Just really love that leather floral mixed in here, especially with white florals. The opening has that sort of soft, warm, spicy touch. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance, you guys. I really like it. This is Miroir de Majesté by Thierry Mugler. So next I have another sort of vintage fragrance, you guys. I've really started to kind of fall in love with some of the vintage fragrances. Now the fragrances that came out in like the 90s, they're now considered vintage. Some of those, you know, vintage fragrances smell like they really have very complex fragrance compositions, and that beautiful like feminine touch that they had, like the ones that they made for women. This is one of those fragrances, and it's kind of a timeless one. I've read so many reviews on this of people saying they've been wearing this for 30 years and they get compliments, you know, just the same now as they did 30 years ago. I mean, that tells you something. And this smells so beautiful and feminine. This is Organza by Givenchy, you guys. This is like the old version of Organza with that, you know, bottle that looks like a woman, you know, with the hairdo, you know, like looks like she has a nice hairdo. So yeah, this is what the bottle looks like. So I've been wanting to get this because I've been hearing so much about this and reading really good reviews, even to this day. So I had to try it. Ooh, this is a very captivating white floral scent, you guys. Very, very bewitching. You know, it's a bewitching white floral, this one. Very feminine, super feminine, gorgeous. A woman who's a flawless goddess would wear something so soft and so feminine like this. So beautiful. Very bewitching white floral scents. You know, white floral scents can be very bewitching, very feminine. This is a white floral. It's like tuberose, vanilla, woody, slightly fresh. I would say, you know, powdery also. Of course, it's animalic from the white floral notes in here. So it opens like many of the fragrances from this time with a little bit of green, you guys. Like I told you at the beginning of this video, that, you know, fragrances, especially in those times, they use those green notes to give fragrances that exotic touch, I feel. Especially floral fragrances like this one and Safari, you know. This has green notes in the opening with gorgeous white florals like gardenia, African orange flower. There's a little bit of bergamot giving it a little bit of freshness. And then there is a little hint of nutmeg adding a slight soft spiciness, because you don't want this to have warm spices, this type of composition anyway. That slight soft spiciness really adds a layer. And you guys, in the middle it has a bunch of gorgeous feminine beautiful florals too, like tuberose, peony, iris, honeysuckle. Such pretty florals, beautiful. And then this has apparently walnut for a nutty note, which is very unique. I've never seen, or I don't think I have any fragrance that had that nutty note. I have almond, you know, that's a big one. There's chestnut, that's a good one. And there's hazelnut. You know, this is the first time I'm getting the walnut note. The nutty note is very hard to detect, you guys. It's really there to kind of add depth. I'm sure what you smell the most are those beautiful florals, especially the white florals with the powdery iris. And in the base you get a good big dose of vanilla with amber, which always go together really well. And then there's guaiac wood, there's Virginia cedar, and there are other woody notes in this fragrance. The woody notes really work well with the white florals in this fragrance, you guys. This is so feminine. It's a compliment getter even to this date. Even though it's a vintage fragrance, you know, it doesn't smell mature. This smells pretty, you know, it smells very vintage pretty. It doesn't smell aged or mature or anything like that. It's beautiful, very pretty, that's the word. This is a Givenchy Organza. So next I have a super oriental spicy fragrance, you guys. This one is very much an oriental fragrance. It smells like a Middle Eastern perfume, but very much oriental. It's, like I said, it's spicy, it's very interesting, it's velvety, that's for sure. This one is really a unisex fragrance, but it's feminine enough for women as well. This one is Pure Arabian Velvet by Chkoudra Perry. You guys, this one was not a love at first sniff, because it took me a little while to get used to it, because it's one of those fragrances that you really appreciate with time. Really, I didn't really get it at first. It was just not, you know, the kind of fragrance that I'm usually used to, but it is beautiful. It's so warm and comforting, you guys. Really, I like wearing this at nighttime. This is the bottle, you guys. The bottle is pretty nice and slick. This is, like I said, a very much a unisex fragrance. It's pretty spicy. It's really comforting though. It's gorgeous. If you like those warm Middle Eastern, like very oriental fragrances, you would love this. It's actually quite beautiful. It really does smell velvety. What velvet feels like on your hands, that's what this smells like, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I can understand why they called it velvet, you know. This opens with gorgeous warm spicy notes like clove, pepper with beautiful powdery blue purple flower heliotrope, and in the middle you get orange flower and honey, which smells so good in this fragrance, you guys. It smells, you know, that honey, what honey does to fragrances, like Jean-Paul Gaultier's Scandal, you know, and that honey, like not syrupy, like that scent that honey has. It's beautiful with the orange flower, really complement the orange flower, the honey note. And in the base you get a massive dose of vanilla and tonka bean, you guys. This is a very tonka bean vanilla heavy fragrance, beautiful, with a very velvety smooth tobacco note in the base. I think that's where the velvetiness of this fragrance comes from, that smooth tobacco, you know. Really complement those warm spices in the opening and the florals. So it's a very kind of vanilla-y, warm, spicy, you know, white floral, A little bit woody, tobacco, and of course it's sweet from that vanilla. Oh, it's beautiful, you guys. I love this fragrance. I was not used to it right away, and I started spraying it. It smells so comforting and so beautiful. That warmness of the vanilla and tonka bean really work well with the velvety smooth tobacco in this fragrance. But the tobacco is not overpowering, so don't get me wrong. It's really well blended into the vanilla and the floral notes. It's a beautiful fragrance, you guys. I like to wear this mainly actually at nighttime because it makes me feel so snuggly and cozy. This doesn't smell anything like Rich Warm Addictive by Zara, but it's that same kind of vibes, you know, like the comforting, cozy, that sweet vanilla, warm kind of fragrance with a little bit of tobacco. That's the same kind of vibes. Yeah, this is Pure Arabian Velvet by Chkoudra. Last but not least, I have a fragrance that I already featured in my leather fragrances video that I linked up there and down in the description box. This one is a cherry leather kind of gorgeous sweet fragrance. It's a very kind of dark fragrance. You know, I love a dark cherry fragrance with notes like leather in them. So this is La Petite Robe Noir Black Perfecto by Guerlain. You guys, this one has a gorgeous cherry note. It's a cherry fragrance. It's very sweet, of course. You know, almost all cherry fragrances, I would say all of them tend to be sweet. So this is what the bottle looks like. This one, you guys, like I said, it's quite sweet. It's super sweet, actually. Sweet is probably the #1 accord. And then there's cherry in here. It's leather, almondy. It's like nutty. There's patchouli in here. There's soft spices in here. Yeah, it's a very dark kind of cherry, you know, nutty leather kind of fragrance. So it opens with cherry and almond, which is always a great combo. And then there is apparently green tea too, probably adding a little bit of a green hint to it. And in the middle you get rose with licorice, you guys. Like that licorice really adds to the darkness of this fragrance, that mysterious darkness. And of course in the base you get that big massive note of leather with tonka bean, patchouli and black musk, you guys. Musk adds that sort of edginess to this fragrance. It's a very, like I said, a dark cherry fragrance with, you know, a little bit of like luxury touch to it from that leather. It's very, very long-lasting beast mode kind of fragrance. Of course, there's patchouli in here too. I love the little hint of nuttiness in this fragrance as well. Yeah, it's a very strong fragrance, and that leather makes it even stronger and even more beast mode. Really a very long-lasting fragrance. It lasts forever on skin and clothes. If you like a beautiful dark cherry fragrance with, you know, luxurious notes like leather, this is the one for you. This is Guerlain La Petite Robe Noir Black Perfecto. So that's it, you guys. That is my large fragrance haul with luxury and affordable fragrances. But I had a lot of luxury ones this time, and I had really amazing niche fragrances and some really amazing designer fragrances. I think you guys really would enjoy this video. This time around I got a lot of gems, you guys. I really love them all. I think it's an awesome haul. So you guys also let me know if you love these fragrances that I hauled. Do you have them? Do you plan to buy them? What do you think about Royal Crown? What do you think about these Chanel fragrances and the Xerjoff ones and the Guerlain and the Givenchy, the designer ones? Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Chime down in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell so you will not miss any of my videos. That way YouTube can notify you. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, you guys, because I post a lot of fun stuff on Instagram. I will see you guys in my next video.